KHTS.
So Southern California Tile is a business that has been in our community for many, 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 many years. As a matter of fact, if I'm not mistaken, would you say 34 years? Is that right, Cheryl Ingrassia?
Actually, I think it's closer to 37 years.
Even better. Yeah, I'm just looking at some information there. So 37 years. I have Cheryl Ingrassia from Southern California Tile here with me today. How are you?
I'm fine, George. How are you?
Just wonderful. Now, that is amazing. So, and have you been in the same location for all those years?
For all but 1 year. The first year we were down by Del Taco, and then we moved over to 13th Street, and we've been there ever since.
13th Street, and been there ever since. And you have served the community, local community, almost 37 years?
Yes.
Wow. So let's talk a little bit about, you have a showroom, right?
I have a huge showroom.
A huge showroom. And the thing about Southern California Tile is the level of diversity when people can go there. Because not only can they go if they are do-it-yourselfers, right? And they just want to pick out their own stuff.
Yes.
But they also have the expertise of 37 years worth of experience in what you do. Because it's more than just like, okay, there's a tile, it's blue, I love it. They can do it themselves. If they want to, you guys have contractors that you can use as well, correct?
Yes, I'm a licensed contractor as well, and so I have installers that work directly under me where I take care of payroll and workman's comp and all of that as well.
Well, that's great. But wait, there's more. Let's say if I know a guy that is a really good tile guy, or I know people, then I can use them as well, right? It's, other contractors, is that right?
Absolutely. That's how I get the contractors hooked in. They meet me and realize what all I do for their clients and for them, and then they start referring them to me as well.
So the incredible versatility of Southern California Tile. Now let's talk about this, because what ends up happening, there are some large do-it-yourself or home improvement centers that shall be nameless, that people like to think they want to go there, and they think they're going to save money, and they go, and there is an aisle of selection, and on one side of an aisle there is a selection of maybe tiles that are a couple of different colors. Are they actually, and then of course if they want to try and have questions about that stuff, there's not really a whole lot of difference in selection and difference in style. Is there any advantage to going there versus using Southern California Tile?
There's several advantages. If you find what you want there and you find the right price, great, because I'm a consumer of those places as well. But they don't always have all the pieces that they need. You may need trim pieces, and they don't always have all of that, or even have it in the same die lot. And also, you can't guarantee that if you run a few pieces short that you'll go back to that warehouse and they will have those pieces for you. And where, even though I don't stock a whole lot, I can order everything, and I make sure that everything that I have in stock is that I order, I can get in a few more days if you need more of it.
Well, the other thing, too, though, is that you have probably a wider variety of selection, or at least can get a wider variety of selection of materials and tiles and things like that, correct?
That's correct. I have over 110 different suppliers that I deal with, and I probably have access to about 500 different places if I need be, whereas the big warehouses usually only contract with 1 or 2 manufacturers.
And you're able to tell me the difference between like a certain stone from Italy versus a certain stone from somewhere else, and what the difference is in quality and things like that, right?
That is correct. And a lot of tile is rated as well, and I have all the ratings right at. I can usually tell you what the rating is by looking at the tile, but I can go to the manufacturer and get the rating within minutes, and I'm not sure if the big box places know to do that.
And you can even explain what a rating is to someone like me who would not know what that means.
Right. The industry does a rating from 0 to 5, 5 being a heavy commercial, 0 to 1 being residential or wall tile.
So and you also can consult or install anything from flooring. I see also you have a really nice on your website, which is southerncaliforniatile.com, by the way. Actually, you have the pictures from your showroom and the different things that you do backsplashes in kitchens, which is lovely, like mosaic work too, right? Don't you do different types of mosaic work? You do tile countertops.
Correct.
Bathrooms.
Flooring. Kitchen counters. I also do granite work, and where we can do granite backsplash or a ceramic tile mosaic backsplash. I just did a barbecue. I do need to get those pictures up, with the before and after, and what a difference having your barbecue done as well.
That's true, and even still, and that adds to the value from the aesthetic, and especially when people, if they're selling their homes, kitchens and bathrooms are where it's at.
That is correct.
That's really, and that is absolutely true. But things like barbecues as well, from that aesthetic standpoint, and just being able to entertain and bring people over, and they're proud of what you've done for them. So that's really good. But so the idea here also is that when you are using a company like Southern California Tile, locally owned and operated, almost 37 years in business, the expertise and also the pricing is competitive. So there's not like people are spending more to go to you, right?
That is correct.
And also keeping the money in our valley.
Absolutely. An example of it is I did have a client who was looking at the big box store for a kitchen counter, but they weren't finding everything they needed. So they came to me and trying to find the pieces they needed. So for fun, I said, let me quote the whole project. And I came in like $10 under what they were paying at the other store. I do have some very economically priced materials, and I also can show you some very nice upgraded material as well. And I also know how to mix it so you can get the best of both worlds. You know, we can go with a more economical tile, but add a little punch with the decorative for a little bit more.
Well, that's terrific. So we're talking price, we're talking selection, we're talking experience and guidance in these projects, whether it's a do-it-yourself or an installation from a contractor. That is absolutely terrific. So what is the best thing that someone can do? Do they call you? Do they come to your showroom? Both?
Yeah, I prefer people to come to my showroom because they're doing themselves a disservice by not seeing what's available. But I do come to the home. I also offer consultations in the homes. If you're working with a contractor or a designer but you need me to come out, I do that for a fee as well to come out. But anything that I do design-wise in the showroom is for free. That's what I do. That's what I love to do. And I love a challenge.
Great. And that showroom location is 22424 13th Street in Newhall, right there off of Railroad, correct?
That is correct.
And the number, if you'd like to call Cheryl to talk to her about this before you go down there, is 255-2773, info@southerncaliforniatile.com. And I will say this, if your pen was not working as I was saying this, email me, george@hometownstation.com, and I will make sure and forward that information to you. Well, Cheryl Ingrassia from Southern California Tile, thank you so much for coming in.
Thank you, George. It was a pleasure.
Well, that's great. That's great. So don't forget Southern California Tile at southerncaliforniatile.com, the number 255-2773. The address, so you can go down and look at their beautiful showroom, is 22424 13th Street, Newhall, California. Obviously, 91321, and almost 37 years experience in this valley. Keep your dollars here in the valley. It's great. The time is 9:45. I'm George Cummings. We have music from Kelly Clarkson coming up next.